Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Speedforce. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Thank you so much for your support. Enjoy the show. Speedforce and Flash Podcast. I'm your host, Phil Maynard.
And I'm your other host, Anthony Hernandez.
This week we are doing the episode Rupture, Season 2, Episode 20.
We're one episode away from the season finale.
What? No,
yeah,
we're not. We're 3 episodes.
No, we're
Don't
not.
mess
We're
with
one.
them.
We're one.
No, this is the season finale.
Check it right now.
Dude, I did.
The next one's the dinosaur one.
Yeah?
And that's it.
No, the episode's called Runaway Dinosaur.
Yeah, Runaway Dinosaur. And then I didn't see any more any more release dates for any other Flashes.
They only do the episode next on IMDb.
They do?
Yeah.
I thought that meant it was the end. Okay, guys, never mind. Never mind on that. I totally thought the next was like the last one wrapping up the season. How many do we have left? In 3?
Yeah, we have 3 left.
So it's 24 episodes in the season?
Yeah. No, 20. Wait, 23. 23, because this episode's 20, next one's 21, 22, and 23.
Yeah, the next one's the one, though, where, was it Kevin Smith?
Kevin Smith's the Rex. I'm currently trying to hit him up, trying to get him to be on the podcast if we can get it.
Yeah, he's probably pretty busy right this moment, but,
yeah.
You never know. We got celebrities messaging us once in a while.
Yeah.
Celebrity.
Speaking of which, they just told the release date.
August
2nd.
Yeah, August 2nd.
Yeah, so you and I got to talk about that, and then I'll hit up Kevin Conroy later and see what would work best for him.
If he wants to do it after the release or before it, or...
See, I want you and I to see it ahead of time if we can, and then do the interview.
Yeah, because we got some more stuff about the particulars of Killing Joke.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll read the comic also and stuff. You might want to check out the comic as well. I have it if you want to borrow it.
I did the comic story video on it a long time ago, but I probably just rewatch that and get the gist of the comic. More so,
we're getting Kevin Conroy. I'm not going to cut corners on that one.
Yeah, but if it's Kevin Conroy, I want to ask him more about, the voice acting he did on it. So I'm going to focus more on the Killing Joke animation than the comic, because he didn't have anything to do with the comic.
No, but I know that Mark Hamill did say that he wouldn't return back for the Joker unless they did an animated Killing Joke, and he was like, well, gotta do it now.
Well, that's fair, though. Might as well have the best Joker and the best Batman voice actors be in the absolute best storyline of the Batman series.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. No, but hopefully we can get Kevin Smith. I keep hitting him up.
Before anything, I have a shout out.
Tatiana.
I didn't want to say your name wrong. Phil had it right, but Tatiana, you work with my dad at the Stockton Ports, and I promised that I would give you a shout out on the podcast because she is a local listener, and if we have any more local listeners, please email us. We will definitely give you a shout out.
Or hit the Facebook page.
Yeah, or hit the Facebook page, message us.
Talk to us more often.
I was surprised we actually even had a local listener. I was like, what? And my dad had to explain to me, and then he was telling me that you were talking about our podcast with other coworkers when you were talking about Batman versus Superman, and
it depends. Is who are you going with here? On whose side are you with?
But just so you know, my dad isn't lying. I am his son. I'm Anthony. Yep, that's the real deal right there.
Who would lie to claim you?
I don't know, but my old man tells tall tales sometimes. Like I wouldn't be surprised if she thought, this old guy, he's just making up stuff. But no, he wasn't. I'm really his son. So thank you for listening to the podcast.
Speaking of sides, we're gonna go see Civil War after this recording.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Team Iron Man. I think
I'm just Team Spider-Man. Because he switches sides in the comics. Like he's on Iron Man's side originally, and then later at least they follow the comic line. He switches to Captain America's side, and then. But he does reveal he's Peter Parker in the comics.
But they're not going to do that in this movie. It's his first movie. I don't think he's going to be like, hey, and then the reveal, and everyone go like, I don't care.
What's the bummer about the Civil War movie is like the Fantastic Four played a big role in the comic, and they just cannot be in this movie.
I know they played a really big part, but it wasn't a astronomical important part.
Mr. Fantastic more so than any of the rest.
Yeah, like the rest didn't do much of a big deal. Like pretty much Johnny Storm's main contribution was getting hit in the head by a bottle.
Yeah, and
like
getting kicked out on the ground.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to mean that in a bad way to like stop what he did, but it wasn't much of what he did. Like the whole Civil War tore the family apart. But when the first thing happened is he got hit in the bottle, and they're like, "Oh, superheroes are out of control," and they're just like, "Uh-oh."
It was about those 4 kids who were recording like being superheroes.
5, and it was
5.
Yeah, it was the New Warriors.
That's it.
And what they were is and they were trying to do a reality show where they're like, we're gonna take down like supervillains and stuff, and they take down this group and realize that, oh, it isn't a group of small ones. Nitro's there. And when they come up to Nitro, they like run at him, and he's like, "Oh, you're playing with the big boys now," and just blows up an entire city.
And kids die,
like,
and
right next to an elementary school.
Yeah, then that starts the whole thing that superheroes should reveal their identity, and then that's the basis of Civil War. Is that
no? It's not that they need to reveal their identity.
Well,
It's not all about that. It's like saying that the original Civil War was all about slavery, which it wasn't 100% about.
But I mean, the base of the Civil War comic was the fact that all these kids died,
superheroes,
and they wanted superheroes to register their names and faces with the government, become shield agents, so that way they can keep tabs on where they are and who they are.
And that was just with the government. It wasn't all about, oh, we need to tell the whole entire world our secret identity. It wasn't about that at all. It's just everyone
you can't say it at all, dude. That's like the entire comic book.
It's not about telling the entire world. It's just about telling the government and just being safe. That's all that's about. Everyone gets confused by that because Spider-Man revealed to the whole public. That's why everyone's just all confused. It's like, oh, everyone has to reveal to the entire world. It's just like, no, that's not the problem at all.
Yeah, Spider-Man revealing his identity was a big part of the comic.
Yes, it was. But the thing is he was only doing that to solidify that he was like, yeah, I am Team Iron Man. What are you going to do about it? And then, like, he gets attacked later, and he's like, maybe Iron Man isn't the best team. I'm going to go to Cap, and, like, almost dies.
It wasn't really, he got attacked, though. There was a big fight, and then one of the heroes died in the fight. And it was, I forgot who it was. It was some hero.
Goliath.
And he's not going to be in this movie.
No.
Like, there's a lot of people in the Civil War comics that aren't going to be in this movie.
No.
Which is kind of a bummer, so I think they're going to go a completely different route of the comics. Like keep some of them.
This is the amount of people in the comic, and in the movie, there's about 10.
Yes, and Hulk and Thor aren't even in this movie.
No, they're playing video games and like having shawarma.
In the Civil War comic, there's a robotic Hulk, and he's the one who actually killed Goliath.
No, robotic Thor.
Robotic Thor, my bad.
Yeah.
I don't think they could make a robotic Hulk.
Well, that's because Thor was dead in the comics, right?
And he's not dead right now.
No. He'll die in the next movie, but that's about it.
So like, I don't know what route you're going to take with Civil War in the sense that they don't have all the characters that they did in the comic, and they're probably not, I agree, they're probably not going to have Peter Parker like reveal himself as Spider-Man in the Civil War movie. And they've also titled it Captain America Civil War. So I think it's going to be really focused on Captain America's personal experience of not wanting to do the Registration Act.
Which, like, I've been fighting a whole bunch of people, and I'm going to find the quote. Captain America Civil War speech. There we go. I've been reading this quote. I've been showing people this quote, and people keep using this quote as, oh, this is why Cap is right. Like, Cap knows what he's talking about here. And literally, if you think of it from a different perspective, if you listen to this, if, like, say, like, a terrorist organization said it, you're like, wow, that sounds like a terrorist speech right there. And that's why I keep telling people is like, he's going against everything. He's not showing any good in this speech at all. But everyone's just like, oh, this is why I'm Team Cap. And it's like, then you're rooting for him for the wrong reason, essentially. The speech is, it doesn't matter what the press says. Doesn't matter what the politicians or the mob say. Doesn't matter if the whole country decides that something is wrong, is something right. The nation was founded on a principle about all else, the requirement that we stand up for what we believe, no matter the odds or consequences. When the mob and the press and the whole world tell you to move, your job is to plant your feet like the tree beside the river of truth and tell the whole world, no, you move. See, that sounds exactly like something a terrorist organization would say of like, oh, that's why we did this stuff. Is like, because we felt it was right. We felt it was right, even though you think it's wrong. Like, that's what I keep telling people is like, yeah, I'm rooting for Iron Man because he's trying to keep the world safe. He's trying to protect everybody. But Captain America, like one of the lines in Winter Soldier, or not Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron that I just watched, he says, "Isn't that why we fight? So we can end the fight, so we can go home." And pretty much Captain America's response is, "Nah, I like fighting," and then rips open a log. Just like, you're rooting for him for the wrong person in my perspective.
It's like when after hearing, I haven't seen this quote until right now. And I was reading it as you were reading it out loud too. And it sounds a lot like a mini American events. I mean, many events in American history where people decided to go against what the common belief was, and then in the long run, it ended up being the correct way to go. You know, it could be the Civil Rights Movement. It could have been the Boston Tea Party. It could have been any of the world wars. It just
I'm interpreting it.
You know, I'm just interpreting it as he's saying it doesn't matter what everyone else says, but, you know, if you have a strong opinion about something, it's your right to stand there and say, you're wrong, I'm correct, and I'm going to prove it. And that seems like what he's saying there is that he disagrees with the Registration Act, that people shouldn't have to reveal themselves to the government if they're doing good. And it's his job to say no and oppose everyone else who thinks different. And that is an American way, too, of saying it. You know, let's be pig-headed, let's stand our ground, and let's make sure everyone knows exactly what we believe in, so everyone else either move out of my way, like he says, or follow me.
Yeah.
But both sides are correct.
You do seem like you're a team Cap in that situation.
I mean, I agree with his opinion on it. I mean, we got to keep in mind this is fictional history in a fictional world.
No, it's not. This is all real.
You know, so it's like if there were heroes in this world with crazy abilities that literally governments couldn't stop them if they decided to change sides. If there was a real life Iron Man running around with the ability of an entire military just in one suit, flying around, heck yeah, I want him to register with the government. I want the government to watch him every single day because this guy, this civilian, this just rich person who's never had to go through any sort of training for this, he shouldn't be running around with this suit that can kill everybody. And the same for Captain America. If they made a soldier, a guy who could literally run up against an army on a motorcycle and win with just a shield, yeah, I want them to watch him. It's
a giant metal frisbee.
But you get, and that goes for every single hero. Yeah. Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, all of them.
So in this situation, now you're saying you're Team Iron Man.
The government, but yeah, if it was a real life thing, I'd probably be rooting for Iron Man. Yeah. I'd be like, hey, you know, he's right. The government should watch them. They should be government agents because they have abilities that could literally upset the balance of powers in the world.
Yeah. If you look at the Iron Man movies, he tries to contain all this damage that he does to one small area. Cap, when he gets involved in this stuff, the first thing in Avengers is okay, we need to set up Tony's we need to set up a perimeter to keep this at least damaged as possible. Well, Cap's just I don't care, let's blow everything. Cap in all the movies is Cap destroyed an entire government building just to shut down Hydra. And the whole thing is that he didn't need to do all that. He could have done this all with very simple way, but Cap doesn't matter of how many destruction happens, and Tony's over here well, who's gonna pay for it?
You know, the biggest thing though, the biggest concept of Civil War on Captain America's side is Captain America just holding on to old ideals that he brought from World War II to the current age. And that's what they would do in World War II. You know, they wouldn't peacefully negotiate with the enemy, they would destroy them.
Yeah.
And that's what Captain America's bringing to the Civil War, is that he thinks that actions speak louder than words. And yeah, they kind of do, but in this modern society, we try to use words before actions because actions have severe consequences now.
Yeah.
And that's where Iron Man and Captain America are very different, where Iron Man's willing to speak before acting, and we've seen that a lot of times. He'll definitely open his mouth before he acts.
And Iron Man, he's okay. Iron Man quickly comes up with his plan and doesn't have to tell everybody. He comes up with his plan instantly. When Loki was kidnapped from the plane from Thor, Captain America's just we need a plan of attack, and Iron Man's I already have a plan. Attack, let's go. And Cap's just oh, give me a moment, gotta put on a parachute because I'm useless.
But it's I get it, I get both sides. It's if I were Captain America, I would be I'd see that as a big threat to the people. If a bunch of people came to me, if I was Captain America mentality and saying, hey, you know, I don't want to register, this is messed up, I'm just doing good, and they're trying to get in my biz, and I don't want to tell them who I am. And then I'd be you know, as an American, you know, you could do whatever you want. That's the ideal. We're trying to help everybody. And then from from Iron Man's perspective, I could totally see these guys are walking nuclear bombs. Like,
Yeah.
we should watch them.
Yeah, it's kind of a good thing Vision is on the good team because Vision could destroy everything.
Yeah, it's a good thing Vision's not a bad guy. I wouldn't say good team. There's no good team in this, dude. Like,
yeah.
I could obviously hear
team.
you have a huge bias towards Captain America. You're almost talking as if he's almost a dictator in a sense, like a destructive war crazed hero, and he's not.
Well,
He's just an idealist. And you got to separate that from it. They're both teams, both sides are absolutely correct in what they believe in. It's just the scary part is these aren't regular people.
yeah.
So that's why it gets blown so out of proportion, because these guys have superpowers. Like, they're going to go all out in physical violence instead of just verbal abuse.
Yeah.
This is superhero politics. And that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing the Republicans and the Democrats fight. Just if they were all superheroes.
Yeah, essentially that's what they are, is very Republican and Democrat. Like, yeah.
Iron Man in this sense would be a Republican, and
Yeah.
then in the other sense, Captain America would be the Democratic Party. And
But would he, because like they're both.
and what's funny is the blue and red too.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if that's what their first inspiration for this was. Like, hey, look at the Democratic and Republican Party, and then let's put it in superhero terms. And then,
Oh, my favorite political joke is where it's George Washington. He's like, okay, Adams, okay, Jefferson. Well, I'm gonna leave, and while I'm gone, no parties. And like they both look at each other like,
Let's start a party.
Let's rage.
I didn't think about the whole Democratic thing until right now, but
Yeah.
it does make a lot of sense. I say both sides are correct. It's just I just say I'm Team Spider-Man just because of all the Marvel heroes.
Those are the people. Like
He's my favorite of all of them, and like he
right there.
and he shares the same opinion I do.
Yeah.
Is that he joins one side, sees the pros of Iron Man's side first, which I would definitely do. I'd be like, Iron Man is obviously the correct one at first, and then I would see the cons of Iron Man's plan, and then I would probably defect to Captain America, saying, we have the right to choose.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm just putting myself, like, if all the heroes, I would put myself in Spider-Man's place because he does exactly what I would do. So I'm Team Spider-Man.
Okay. We'll see how it plays out in the movie. A couple things I like, guys. I know we haven't got to Flash yet, but this is another superhero thing, so we're gonna talk about it. Okay, guys. So if you want, you guys can skip ahead till later and then just backtrack till you find the real thing. But we're gonna keep talking about this for a little bit because we're super excited. One of the panels in the comic that I'm super hoping that they pull off in the movie is when I don't know if they're gonna pull it off to this exact like framework, but what happens in the comic is Maria Hill is walking with Captain America through a hallway saying, you need to register. And he's like, you need to put your guns down. And like all the people are aimed at him. And he's like, and she's like, shoot. And he's just like, no. And like takes out all the guards real quick, runs to the window.
He uses one as a human shield.
Yeah.
Because they're trank darts. Because they can't like kill
Captain America.
But they can like knock him out.
Yeah. So he like charges at a window, jumps out the window, and slams his shield into a jet that someone's flying. And there's this like awesome panel of him standing on top of the jet with his shield impaled into like the jet's cockpit, and the guy's just like, Jesus Christ, just like he just freaks out, and Cap's just like, hey, keep moving if you want to live. And watch that language. And I'm like, come on, just put it in the movie.
They're gonna put that in.
I really hope.
They absolutely have to put that in the movie. Because once you said it, I knew the exact panel you're talking about.
Yeah,
right
it's
when they
such a great
no.
panel.
And it could work, too. They could totally do it. They've done something similar in Winter Soldier, where he's fighting all the copters. It was similar to that. I could see that happening.
Yeah. I really hope that they pull that off. Like, that's a really cool scene. A thing that I want to see also is we all know Ant-Man is on Captain America's side.
I forgot until you said it right now. I completely forgot Ant-Man even existed.
I just watched the movie.
I just forgot.
I just pretty much watched all the movies that are important.
Do you think Wasp's going to be in it?
No, I don't think so. She's going to get her own movie, with him.
Ant-Man 2 or something.
Yeah,
like
it's going to be 2018. Ant-Man and Wasp. I believe in like June. I don't know the full thing, guys, so don't hold me to anything.
Do you think they're gonna bring his Mexican friend who like tells the stories?
Luis?
Yeah, Luis. I
hope he's in this movie, but I doubt he will be.
What if he tries to explain to one side what the other side's doing? You know,
he gets recruited by Iron Man. He's like, okay, check it out. So I was hanging out with my friend Armando and stuff.
I could see Iron Man. Him having a conversation in this movie, and it'd just be hilarious because it's just like, oh my gosh,
Tony trying to understand what's happening right now.
Because Ant-Man is on Iron Man's side, right? So it's like it makes sense.
He's like, I need someone who could follow this train of thought. Peter, what up? Listen to his talk and tell me the back stuff. Like Luis goes through this whole thing.
The sky opened up and there was a jet and Iron Man. I mean, Captain America was on it. Just like when I went to my sister's quinceañera and like he just goes into some random story.
Like he goes through all this. Like Spider-Man looks at Iron Man. He's like, Cap escaped. Like. Like 2 words.
I hope there's one story from him in this movie.
If
just
he's
one.
in it. I don't think he's gonna be in it, but I know he'll be in Ant-Man and Wasp.
He's such a minor character, you know.
I want him on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he gets recruited by like Coulson.
Have you kept up with Agents?
Yeah,
of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm like caught up entirely.
I just recently got caught up too. It's getting better. It got better,
weird.
but
it's like really weird right now. I hope it like
they move
clears
way too
up.
slow in the beginning. They should have been at this point like 2 seasons ago, and then if they would have cut through all like the little like emotional stuff.
I know it sounds bad, but is it bad that I wanted in this episode? Because like they always have an episode that ties into the movie right before and after. Is it bad that I really wanted the elementary school to blow up in the show? So like,
yeah, dude, that's really bad.
No, because like it would have worked for this. It would have worked for the movie. They're like, oh man, the elementary school blew up, and everybody would be like, wait, what? And it's just like, watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's part of this universe at the same time.
Yeah. Well, then again, the season's over, isn't it? Right now,
no, there's one more episode. It's a 2-hour episode.
Oh, okay. So I am not completely caught up. I still have one more episode to watch. I've been waiting for that to come out, but it's like I keep checking. I keep not seeing it out.
Oh, speaking of Ant-Man, though, like I was trying to say, we know he's on the team with Falcon and Cap. I really want to be because in Ant-Man beats Falcon in a fight and then leaves, and then Falcon's on like the radio and he's like, it is very important to me that Cap does not find out about this. I really want Ant-Man to go up to Cap and say, oh man, last time I was at your base, I wasn't actually invited there. I actually met Falcon and actually beat him like down and stuff, and I'm really sorry about that. And just Cap just looks at Falcon and he's
Smiles.
like, he just beat you and he just started? And Falcon's like, I'm not proud of this.
There's gonna be, if Ant-Man's in it, I feel he's gonna be the big comic relief of this movie.
Oh yeah, I saw one thing where he's like, guys, it's Captain America. Like, guys,
no one's excited.
It's all the Avengers around him anyways right now.
So they're used to having.
Yeah,
Captain
they're like,
America.
he's right there, and he's just like, but it's him, which tells you something. He must have had a lot of TV time, in prison to know all this stuff. Because how long has he been in prison? Like about 3 years.
It's been a while since I've seen. Wait, Winter Soldier, is that in the end like that?
No. Winter Soldier ended going into Age of Ultron. But Ant-Man went into Civil War is what it was leading into. I'm just super excited for this movie.
Yeah, we're going to know more about it, and after
guys,
we watch it today.
In a few episodes, we'll do our spoiler count.
Probably 2 episodes from this point. That'll be like 2 weeks from the air of this movie today. We'll do a review.
On the 20th? On the 19th or 26th?
We'll do the 26th.
26th, give people extra time.
Yeah, because that'll give them 2 full weeks.
So that'll be our season. That'll be our season finale of the Flash.
Yeah, so season finale of the Flash, guys. We'll do a review of Civil War in the beginning, kind of like how we're doing it now. But right now we can't spoil anything because we're just talking about stuff we've seen.
Hypotheticals of what could happen.
We read the comic. Well, we didn't. I didn't read the comic. I watched the comic story
how
video.
crazy was it when Iron Man and Captain America in the movie impaled each other?
If you all want to
both lost,
get a better feel of, I would highly recommend this. Like I told Phil about Comic Story and the YouTube channel. I watch it all the time. Phil's finally
read the comic. I've actually read the comic.
The Comic Story and video. You know how they work. They do a very brief overview. They skip some minor details that are interesting but not too important to the overall story.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that a lot.
Fill in all the gaps. Yeah, you watching it, I watch it. Guys, go on his channel. I'll probably post a link on the page. Watch that before you go watch this movie. So you can kind of do some comparisons and have a better idea of how Civil War worked in the comics. so then you can see what they did within the movie.
I actually was going to download all his, like, a bunch of his stuff in audio version just to listen to in my walking class or when I'm driving. But instead, I found out yesterday that they actually came out with a new Star Wars book called Star Wars Bloodlines, and it actually ties into the series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty much before episode 7, and it's centered around Leia and stuff, like how she went from where we saw her in episode 6 to where she is in episode 7.
Is she like general now or something?
Yeah,
or?
She goes from being a senator to a general. And it's really cool of how the story is going. The reason I picked it up is because it explains why Ben turned evil, like in the book. I haven't got to that part yet, but the thing is like I'm really lazy on reading books, so I went to audibletrial.com/speedforce and got the book. You guys can do that too. Go to audibletrial.com/speedforce.
What's the name of this book?
Star Wars Bloodlines.
Star Wars Bloodlines, guys.
Or Star Wars Bloodline. It's talking about like I finally found out why it's titled that, because it's talking about how her bloodline is that someone brought up, oh, you were part of the Organa family, Bail Organa on Alderaan. And she's kind of keeping that a little on the DL because she's like, nah, my actual bloodline is Darth Vader. Like,
not a very good bloodline to brag about.
Yeah, so she's like, yeah, a senator. That's what my bloodline is. And so
that's my brother Luke here.
his father's Vader. I don't know. I have no relation to this guy. Like, we made out in other movies, so like we can't be related.
Are you okay, Leia? I'm sorry, I do that sometimes. So, all right. So, if you guys want to check out this book, Phil did
go to audibletrial.com/speedforce, sign up, download the book instantly, and you guys can start enjoying it. It's about 12 hours long, so you're getting a lot of enjoyment in that amount of time.
And it's read out loud, so it's 12 hours. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It must be a very long book.
Yeah, it's really long. I listen to audiobooks and graphic audios. I listen to those at a 1.5 speed because my mind can operate fast enough since I've listened to like a lot of rap. So if you guys listen to a lot of rap, you guys can listen to audiobooks at a faster rate. Like for me, the book is only like 9 hours long, not 12, because I can listen
cuts off a little bit of time every second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, check it out and use our Speedforce code at the end, so that way we get a
little bit back.
Yeah, we'll get a little bit of funding here, and then we'll improve
the
our mic system. Anything that we can find improvements for, we will.
We're running low on business cards. I need to get some soon.
Yeah, we'll probably get more business cards too with that money. But guys, go to Audible.
I swear,
audible.com/audible.com/Speedforce.
I swear, next time we do it, next time we get business cards, I promise I'll put our Twitter handle on there, because I forgot to do that last time. And
that's important.
We had these really like slick business cards, but none of them have our Twitter, and we could have got Robbie Amell on the podcast, but it didn't have the Twitter handle on there.
Yeah.
Which was
missed opportunities, guys. Missed opportunities.
Sorry, guys, to disappoint.
All right, so okay, we talked about our ideas of Civil War. I gave our shout out to our local fan.
No Pokemon Go news.
No Pokemon Go news. The only thing I can say is they say be prepared for when it might come to America and Europe soon, but we know how loosely they use that term soon in the Pokemon Go community.
Yeah.
So it could be tomorrow, it could be 12 years from now. We don't know.
It could be soon in another universe.
Heck, they told us that Pokemon Go was supposed to already be out at the end of winter. Guess what? We're in mid-spring. Yeah, they said the end of winter. The beta was supposed to be out to everybody at that point, and then they were supposed to be coming out the final version. Now they're saying summer is when the actual final version will come out.
That's what I've been figuring this whole time.
And that's just rumors too. That's just everyone saying, "Oh, it's going to be summer." But we got emails.
Yeah, we got a bunch. Not just emails this week, but we actually had people message us on Facebook. I had a few friends hit me up there. We had people on the DC Multiverse Facebook page that I'm a part of actually commented on those and hit us up with stuff. We did have one person send us an email, though, to start this off. And I'll let Anthony read this one.
What's handed, Mel? Thank you for the email. Hey, Phil and Anthony, and you got it correct. All I can say about this week's episode is at least Barry didn't burn himself to a crisp.
Did he?
We haven't even talked about this episode at all.
Should we talk about it first before we read
No,
the
we'll read it. We'll talk about it as we read it, because sometimes we talk before and then
we go we already said that.
But yeah, he didn't burn himself to a crisp.
Kind of did.
Me and Phil are both on the page that he became one with the Speed Force.
He didn't burn himself to a crisp. He disintegrated. There's a total difference. It is worse.
It looked like how a trajectory kind of disintegrated.
Yeah,
but a little more controlled.
Yeah.
But it didn't look not painful. That looked really painful.
It looked super painful. And the thing is they're like, we're gonna inject the chemicals into him, and it's just like,
last time they were floating around him, like
in his lab, it just splashed on him. They weren't injected into his body. Wells, calm down.
So he just dissolved like an Alka-Seltzer tablet. Oh, blue. Is that a brand of Alka-Seltzer?
Out of the blue.
Oh, out of the blue. It's just O and then blue. All right. It didn't leave such a bad taste in my mouth. If only they hadn't spoiled the answer to what happens to Barry with a trailer for next week's episode. All right.
We'll talk about that in just a second.
I don't know. We could talk about it now. Like, we kind of came to an agreement.
Yeah, we have a pretty much good general idea of what's happening in the next episode. And we know it's going to be pretty comic book awesome for the next week because Kevin Smith is directing it, and we know that Kevin Smith is going to make this stuff awesome for the fans. So, do you want to tell him what our theory is?
Our theory is maybe he's in a form. I think he became one with the Speed Force, and then now he's in like a purgatory of where the Speed Force is. And that's why he's like seeing Joe, but it's not Joe. It's some sort of like all-seeing being, and the only way he can make sense of it is by making that all-seeing being Joe.
Like his subconscious made it Joe. That's
it's
why
Joe's meta power. He's back on screen. Like in the Speed Force. In the Speed Force, he's always on screen.
No, his meta power in the Speed Force is he's always seen.
In view, yeah, he's always seen,
and he knows everything because he's always knowing everything from the other stuff. See, it all comes back around.
But it's like if he went to like some sort of purgatory type deal, and there was some sort of like mystical way of learning things, and the thing had to take a shape or form. It makes sense they would take the shape of someone that he listens to all the time. He respects, very highly.
He does.
And he would listen to this person and go, "Yeah, I agree with you. Like you're only saying this for my own good."
Yeah.
It'd be weird if it was like Eddie or something. It'd be like, okay, like.
Hi, Barry.
Yeah, he just too optimistic. Like, where are we? I think you're dead. And he's just like, okay, what the
with like the big, like you guys can't see visually smile. With the big smile ever, like it's like nothing. No, because like that was great of how you said that.
Yeah,
we're dead.
Yeah,
with like the biggest smile.
All right, so I was reading a little ahead, and it's got some typos, so I'm gonna work my best here. But if this episode happened at the beginning of the season, they could have left Barry out of the show for a while, leaving even the comic book geek half of the audience to wonder if Jesse Quick or Wally would take over the show's premier speedster. So from what I got from that sentence, you're thinking, what if they did this in the beginning of the season and left Barry out and gave Wally and Jesse that opportunity to become the head, like, leader speedsters of our show?
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense.
Which we feel that Wally's going to get his power, like, right away. Jesse might actually go into the coma for 9 months. That would be interesting.
That would be.
Wally is like, get the speed, and for like the next two episodes, he's like, I got a need for speed.
Yeah.
And just starts running, and
he has to be the Flash.
Huh?
Like,
yeah.
He's probably going to wear the Flash outfit for a while too.
If we're just hypothetical here, this is what if could happen. This isn't stuff that we actually know.
But we do know for sure the Speed Force went through them.
Oh, and yeah, they're in the Speed.
The writers would be kind of idiots not to use that scene to give them the Speed Force, because then they would have to think of a whole new scenario in which Speed Force energy exists to hit them.
With that particle accelerator, that wave that went out, do you think that Barry... I know this is going to sound really out there, but I read someone said this out there. Do you think Barry was in control of that wave and gave them the powers?
I think Barry blindly ran. And did they happen to be down the hall? Like, that Speed Force energy
just ran
was
into
him.
Them. I think just knocked him over.
He did disintegrate into Speed Force.
Yeah.
And then that Speed Force energy was still existed on that plane, and Barry just ran out of the room, but he was the Speed Force energy.
But we can also go with this from the non-canon storyline, how Wally got his powers anymore.
I was thinking about
him. He chose him with the lightning. It could work.
The Flash was the lightning bolt that gave Wally his powers.
It's so weird. I hate comics sometimes.
But it would fall into that Barry somehow gave Wally his powers.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to see what's going on. The last sentence is a simple one. Well, that's all I've got this week. Have a good show, guys. Mel. Thank you for emailing us, Mel. Oh, and I am not sure that I can describe the feeling of my heart.
Oh wait, no. This is the next person.
Oh, I was like, I thought that was added more to Mel. So
no. I'm going to the next person.
Normal. Sometimes we get a PS. I thought that was one of them.
No. Jason sends our PS, and he does have one this week.
Oh, so this is someone who doesn't message us ever.
This is my homie right here. This is my Nightwing.
All right.
This is my friend Cassie right here. Cassie Crow. She's one of the DC admins with me. I asked her. So, did you like the episode? And this was her response. I'm not sure that I can describe the feeling of my heart being ripped out into a million pieces as pleasurable. Barry crying is too much for me to bear. I don't want to theorize much, but I will say that the fact that Iris waited to tell him till the time that she did just must be tearing her up. She has lost so much. Also, Jesse and Wally, now speedsters, aka Kid Flash and Jesse Quick. So yeah, we haven't touched on the whole Iris confessing to Barry.
Okay, everyone's gonna say she confessed her love to Barry. She didn't. She confessed that she might possibly have feelings for Barry.
AKA CW's version of, hey guys, in 2 seasons they'll be together.
Yeah, she didn't like go all out and say, hey Barry, I'm madly in love with you and that we should get together. No, she said
you should have my baby.
She's like, remember when you said like a year or two ago that you had feelings for me and I wasn't available? Well,
now
currently at this right now, I'm not in the same spot. I'm kind of available. And then Barry's like looking at her and she's like, I think it's a destiny that, you know, like that we're supposed to be together. But she never just says like, hey Barry, you know, I dig you. We should get together.
She's kind of saying that, well, if the future says we're supposed to be together, and alternate universes say we're supposed to be together, and the comic books say we're supposed to be together, maybe we should be together. Because on Arrow, the 2 characters that were supposed to be together, they murdered one of them.
Yeah,
the fans went nuts.
That was a brutal episode.
The fans got pissed.
And then the following episode was like the most depressing episode of Arrow. Like, it was just all sad. It was just like, oh man, I didn't even like the next episode. I was like, it was just sad.
Oh yeah, like the whole ending to the episode was the worst. Like, just
I say, but with the Barry and Iris thing, they're not together till they kiss.
No, I mean they have before,
they did it, but she doesn't remember.
Yeah, the world blew up.
So the moment that either Iris straight says she loves him or they kiss, that's when they're actually together in the CW world.
Yeah. Welcome to CW, guys. It doesn't happen until like 10 seasons. Smallville. Oh, I saw a thing the other day where it was just like Supergirl's like, oh man, it took me half of an episode to get my to get my costume, and Barry's just like, it took me a full episode to get mine, and then it was just Oliver, and he's like, what are you guys complaining about? It took me 4 seasons because he finally has a costume that looks like the one from the comics, and then it just has just Tom Welling from Smallville looking like really pissed off because it took him till the series finale to get his, which was 11 years.
That's too.
And
long.
He didn't even get his own super suit. You know who was? He wore Brandon Routh's from Superman Returns, the guy who plays Ray Palmer, and he was Superman in 2004, I believe, or whatever. And they just used that suit for Smallville. They didn't go make a new one.
Budget.
Yeah.
I bet that saved him a lot of money too.
You want to read this one from Joe?
All right. So this is from Joe.
This is on the DC page.
All right, so we got is he admin or just the DC?
Just a member.
Just a member of the DC page.
I try to hit up on Thursday mornings. I try to ask people some important questions. I used to say, "Hey, what were your thoughts?" and I get nothing. I just get likes on it, and I'm like, "Okay, I need to start asking specific questions." So I was like, "Okay, guys, Barry disintegrated, and Wally and Jesse were hit by the particle accelerator. What does this mean?" And then everybody this time everybody started chiming in. And
maybe that's the way we go from now on.
Yeah, I usually do that. Like, the last few episodes, there hasn't been anything because Barry's just been an idiot. Like, I asked the other night.
Yeah.
I asked the other day, how could Barry not be an idiot here? And they're like, impossible. Barry's an idiot. And I'm like, well, that's sound logic.
All right, so this is what the email says from Joe. There are a couple ways that...
You want to read his last name, too?
Real?
He knows it's him. I think it's Joe Real.
Real?
Yeah.
Joe Real? All right, so there are a couple ways they could take this. First, I think it's clear that there will be 2 major ramifications of this, both pretty obvious. One, Barry is not dead, but he's currently in the Speed Force. He's going to come out and probably will be more powerful than he was before when he does.
So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because someone has to take down Zoom.
And now Zoom's way stronger. Like, he's caught... Like, they were saying that he was, like, twice as fast. And it's like, that makes sense.
He snapped everybody's neck in that building within a nanosecond. Just... He didn't, like, to the normal eye, he didn't even move. And everybody just... And he's just like...
And he didn't kill Joe or Barry.
Stop. Or sing.
I would took that opportunity to kill Joe and Barry. Like, screw it. You're going to take over their planet.
But he wants them to watch him do it.
Then do it right after. You know, like, kill Barry. End it. Like, he's the only one that could possibly have any sort of potential to stop you. And he has no powers right now because you outsmarted him, which didn't seem that hard.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Jesse and Wally will both gain super speed as a result. I do wonder if Jesse's going to refer at all to the Speedforce formula that the comics version of Jessie and her father Johnny use.
They might. It'd be interesting. We do know that they are aware of it all. We do know also that they've been studying speed for a long time,
and they have the speed formula ready.
And you know what? One of her majors in college was probably Speedforce technology.
Speedforce formula,
like
honestly,
she has 2 more. She has 3 more that we haven't figured out, and they'll all be useful to the situation.
And they do have the speed formula. Like, they got it a few episodes back.
Yeah, it's 3y equals...
It's not a real formula. It's not worth memorizing. Phil, we'll learn real formulas.
No. No, I need to learn the Speed Force so I can become Speed.
All right, 3. It's also clear that Jay Garrick will turn out to be a real person, separate from any version of Hunter Zolomon. My best guess right now is that he will be Henry Allen of Earth 2, giving John Wesley's ship the chance to show off some super speed again.
I really hope this. I'm really hoping for this.
Me and Phil had a good conversation about this. Now,
but again, like, I know we had the conversation, but I'm still really hoping it's John Wesley's ship.
It'd be nice, but it wouldn't make sense. That's the only thing. After our conversation, just wouldn't make sense. All right, this is what me and Phil came down. We were talking about it, and I came to him with the exact same thing, and he came to me with the exact same thing, that Henry Allen is going to be Jay Garrick. And we're like, okay, then we both agreed on that. Then we did our normal, let's nitpick at this.
Yeah, we have to before every episode, we have to nitpick our ideas. And that way you guys don't do it for us and then email us that.
So it came down to, well, if Henry Allen is the Flash on Earth 2, then he has to retain his mother's maiden name of Garrick and also be named Jay. So we're like, all right, but this doesn't really make sense since there's a Barry Allen on Earth 2. So why would he retain the name Garrick and then his offspring be named Allen? And then we realized on Earth 2 that there was an episode where Earth 2 Barry's mom is still alive, and she says, you know, me and your father loved this trip to Atlantis. So he's alive, he's all well, and he's with Barry's mom.
And he's going to go hang out with Aquaman.
So at this moment in time, that guy in the mask is in the mask locked up. So it can't be Barry Allen from Earth 2's dad because he's fine. His mother verified it with us.
He's pretty chill.
So then me and Phil right now we're like, then what was the point of him saying my mother's maiden name was Garrick? That has to mean something. We're thinking about it.
Because it's Uncle Tony.
Yeah. We believe that Earth 2, Henry Allen has a brother. And his name is Jay Garrick, who retained the name from his mother. Mm-hmm. And maybe in Earth 1, there possibly could be a brother. Like
maybe Barry, he died.
Barry met him. Barry has an uncle he just doesn't know about. Or, an uncle that died that he never met. But that's what we're thinking. We're thinking Jay Garrick may be the uncle of Barry Allen from Earth 2. And it'd make a lot of sense. He retained his mother's maiden name. And on top of that, it wouldn't be John Wesley's ship, so it wouldn't mess up the lineage of the Barry Allen who shares the exact same DNA as the Earth 1 Barry Allen.
Yeah.
Because they have to have the same parents. So that's where me and Phil got stuck for a while. They have to have the same parents because they have the same DNA. And
yeah, we were really, really trying to make it John Wesley's ship. We were trying so hard to figure it out how it could be.
Now, we didn't say anything that could have... What if his brother's a twin?
High five?
Gotta hope. That's how it could be John Wesley's ship. If Henry Allen from Earth 2 had a twin brother named Jay Garrick. And they gave them both... One of them retained the Allen name, and one of them retained the Garrick name. And it kind of makes sense that they had twins,
And if this isn't right, we know we're really close to the ballpark, and Flash will explain in like 3 episodes.
It's Oliver Queen. Earth 2 Oliver Queen.
No, he's dead.
Oh, yeah. Earth 2, Felicity Smoke. It's in the mask.
You couldn't think of any other character?
Couldn't think of John Diggle. John Diggle from Earth 2.
Speaking of Arrow, did you see the newest episode?
I already said it's the saddest episode.
No.
They're just moping around. Oh, the new episode this week? No, I haven't seen it.
You didn't see last night's episode?
No, I didn't see last night's episode. Didn't get the chance.
Oh,
I was playing. Guys, I got into League of Legends again. I've been playing a lot more often. Hit me up. My name's HippieMan25. Yeah, it's that.
Oh my god, dude! This last episode was nuts. Cause I was like, where are they going with this? Like, it was like so much was happening, and I was for certain that there was this one chick in there, and I was like, oh my god, is that Zatanna? Because it's a female magician chick. Training.
Yeah, but don't tell me nothing. I don't want to know anything. I'm gonna watch it later.
You gotta watch it, man.
We're not gonna talk about Arrow right now.
Okay.
All right. So we're on number 4. My best guess is that Wally/Jesse will be the focus of the next episode. They'll try to fight Zoom and will come close but fail. Yeah, I agree with that. Barry will come back to pull their butts out of the fire. The Jay Garrick reveal will be a teaser at the end of the season.
Yeah. I'm pretty positive on that one.
Thanks for the email, Joe. We need to start
not email. It was the DC page.
Oh, thanks for the message then.
Yeah.
But we need to start getting through these comments so we can make our Civil War showing a little, early.
Yeah, I knew we had a lot, so I was trying to get this done soon. This one's from Rebecca Leanne. She's on the DC page. I don't think he disintegrated. I think they aligned with the comics in the sense that Barry disappeared into the Speedforce and Wally steps into the role. I love that while the show began as centered around Barry as the only speedster, they had developed other speedsters into the story, especially Jesse Quick, who's so underrated. Only time will tell, but I think Barry will be back. So, yeah. And this is from Jason. You want me to just read it?
Yeah, quick? Sure.
Okay. Hey, Phil and Anthony, or Anthony and Phil. It's right here. I know. Yeah. What a great episode. We got Earth 2 version of Dante. If you thought the Earth 1 was a jerk, wait till you meet the Earth 2, Dante.
I know, Zoom kills him and then kind of reveals that he was lying to him the whole time, and you're just like, you feel bad for him, like, oh, dude, you just lost your temper to the wrong person.
We found out Henry's mom's maiden name is Garrick, which might narrow down who is in the metal mask. Yeah, I'm pretty positive we figured that one out. And we have the adults utilizing Joe's power, which I think are like the powers from Mystery Men movie. Just saying. Exactly. That's the true way to describe his power. Is there's a guy in it who is invisible when you're not looking at him. And that's the guy's legitimate power, is when no one's looking at him, he's invisible. Like,
that's Joe's power.
Look at that right over there. My hand's invisible.
It doesn't exist.
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't help that you can see it in the reflection of the TV right now.
Wasn't even paying attention to that.
Awesome.
I was looking at Vegeta on my wall.
Oh, okay. Wally and Jesse finally got their super speed, and then Barry disappeared. I was upset because I didn't want the episode to end, but then it ended. And my dad was confused and asked a lot of questions. I get that. You're with people who don't understand the comics as much, and you're just like, and they're like, "What's happening? What's happening right now?
Why did he burn up?"
And then your only option as a comic book nerd is either A, go to the comics, B, make something up right away to make yourself seem like you understand it, or C, just tell them I got no clue. This show's crazy. From Jason. P.S. Thoughts on the current status of the Flash movie? Who would you like to direct it?
Me.
No, dude. You know I'm the filmmaker.
Yeah, but I want to direct it.
But have you heard? Like,
you can write it. I'll direct it.
Let's do this.
All right.
We have the entire Rogues in it.
It's easy. We already wrote the story. The Flash shows up. He wins. The end. All right.
Cool.
Yes.
We got it. Like Ezra Miller. Let's do this.
The villain. It's also me. What am I doing? Nothing. The Flash is just a jerk. The end of the movie.
Like, you were doing something and Flash came and knocked you over.
Phil, write some stuff in between those guidelines and I'll direct it.
Got it.
I will be the villain and the Flash and you could be every single other person.
This sounds like the greatest fan film ever. Let's do this during summer, okay? Let's get Joey to film it, and we just do stupid stuff. And we don't even, like, do it really good. I just wear my Reverse Flash shirt, and you wear your Flash shirt. And let's just
We don't even do that. You just wear your shirt inside out and call yourself Reverse Flash. It doesn't even have to be yellow.
Let's do it. Yeah, so I think that's about it on our emails. To join the discussion with everybody. No.
All right, so we're ending now. All right, guys. So we're about to start the episode of The Flash this week.
Pretty much about 50 minutes into this podcast.
We got into the Civil War stuff pretty deep.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add on Civil War?
No. Besides, we're gonna watch it, guys. Watch it. We're gonna do it in 2 weeks. So be ready. Well, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
But we're gonna give you a lot of time to really watch it and let all the spoilers get out, and that way we don't spoil nothing. So all right, we're gonna start this in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. Actually, that's not true right now.
You got nothing.
Not for 2 episodes. That's actually never been true. I can't help but point that out every single time.
For the last few episodes, he has not been speed.
Every episode. There's always someone faster. He's never the fastest man alive.
Yeah, he needs to stop saying that.
Maybe if all the villains were female, he could say that. But no, there's other men that are faster than Barry in every single episode of The Flash. But all right, so we get into the episode, and they use this hologram thing. This really threw me off.
Yeah, real quick, we haven't got to the hologram yet. We're getting the recap. And Dante is so terrible. He's flat out awful to Cisco. Like, he never says a nice word to him. Like, Cisco shows at the bar, and the first thing Dante says later is, there she is. Like, it's just like, can't be decent at all.
Remember he was calling him Mija?
Yeah.
My daughter.
Yeah, which you said that you said that when we did that podcast, you're like, if he ever said that to me, I would punch him in the face.
You call me Mija, I get kind of mad. I'd be like, dude, that's messed up. Unless you just didn't know what you were saying. But this is pretty smart. But I really don't know how... They really didn't get into the science of how they made this appear besides using the term like, satellites.
There's a satellite doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, what's satellite? Are they using like XM radio?
And then when they say they brought back celebrities, like through holograms.
Yeah.
But yeah, the stage is really set up just for them to be in that one spot, not to run around a city.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but it's like whatever. This is a cool idea.
I like how they're using the cosmic treadmill though.
Man, Barry must be really tired.
They're going through the tunnel, headed on 5th Street. We can't go through a tunnel.
Makes sense though.
What are we gonna do?
If I were Cisco,
he's like, I'm gonna lightning toss. Let me lightning toss. And Iris is like, he wants a lightning toss. No lightning. It's a hologram. But lightning toss.
Someone just blocked their field of vision.
Yeah. So instead of just doing the lightning toss, they're gonna do the wind up, which he's done so often in the show.
Just running around in circles, getting ready to do it.
Yeah.
I'd make Godzilla attack the town through the satellite.
Oh no!
Scare them all.
Okay.
Thinking that they could hand this technology over to the police, this would be super useful for them. To
Yeah.
project a hologram of a police officer somewhere, that alone would keep an area safe.
Yeah. So they caught the guys because he's a hologram. Somehow they shouldn't have done it. Like,
who'd run faster, the hologram version of Barry or Barry as like the Flash?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to like mirror his speed
because the hologram could probably run at the speed of light because it is just light.
And can Barry run faster than the speed of light?
He can run through time.
So I say
that's faster than light. Yeah, so Barry would win.
I have a question though. Like when he's running at like faster than the speed of light, I've always wondered this: is it dark? Like, is it like completely dark when he's running? Oh, real quick, so they're like, I love it because they're like, yeah, the hologram worked, and then Wells comes in, it shouldn't have. You're not good, Morty. You need to be better.
Yeah, Phil, you need to watch Rick and Morty.
Shut up.
You do.
I don't.
Everyone, no one posted anything in the comments. Phil's gotta watch Rick and Morty, guys.
No one told me this week, so
hashtag Phil watch Rick and Morty. Post it on the Twitter page this next upcoming week.
Oh, God.
I just want to see it come up all the time. So, what they're talking about as well is like, okay, Barry, you need to get your speed back. That is absolutely the only solution to any of these problems. And Barry's like, I don't want to. This sounds really, really dangerous.
Yeah, right there. It's like, I know what chemicals need to be in your body. They don't need to be in his body. He was kind of splashed by it. They didn't actually inject into his body when the lightning went off. Did we talk about that before or after?
Oh, we talked about that during the podcast.
I didn't know if it was before.
But yeah, it was kind of around him, on him, but they weren't in him.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he went so crazy. Maybe the Speedforce energy wasn't completely surrounding him, but some was inside of him.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he disintegrated. It was, stronger than his body.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty positive.
And plus, he injected him with poisonous chemicals, too, on top of that. Like, I'm pretty sure the stuff you use in forensic science, you're not supposed to inject in your body at any point.
Maybe.
This is blue chemical. This is red chemical. I'm going to put this in my body. Barry, where'd you get this car?
I stole it.
You were riding the bus last episode. I remember. You look sad.
He was tired of it. He just borrowed one of the company cars now.
I like Henry's like cabin in the woods out there.
Yeah, I like it. Like,
now
this is like where you go when you don't want any more like life.
This episode could turn into like a scary movie right now. You know, like, oh, stay night, Barry, and then there's a ghost, and then they need the rest of the crew.
Time Wraith again. He's like, I don't want speed. Time Wraith's like, I know. Now you are vulnerable.
Time Wraith shows up, plays patty cake with Barry, leaves. It's the only reason it showed up. Patty cake? Oh, okay. Every time they pat hands, like he starts to die and then he comes back because he leaves. Like, all right.
For those of you out there who don't know, I just took my glasses off and just rubbed my nose because that was a dumb idea.
So right now they're talking about how Jay took Caitlyn and
he's
how...
like, yeah, it turns out Jay Garrick is not the Flash from Earth 2.
Here's that big thing that made everyone go, ooh, Garrick.
Garrick, huh?
Garrick, why, my mom's maiden name. I read that really choppy, but still. He said that Garrick's is his mother's maiden name, which means Earth 2 version of him, that's also his mother's maiden name. Most likely.
Maybe.
Assuming, well, it has to be because the lineage would have to be the same.
Yeah.
So, unless they just name same person but name something different, but still, yeah. I'm thinking that's the only reason they mentioned it. Try to explain who's in the mask. That'd be so cool if it was a twin brother who was just John Wesley's ship. They just found a way to make him BJ Garrick. And then that'd be funny too because he was the previous Flash on top of that. So he just takes a new incarnation.
Yeah, so he's saying, do you really need the power to be who you are now? And Barry's just like, I kind of do. It's my life now, and now it's gone.
He's like, I need to, Dad. I'm so tired of waking up early enough to get dressed and shower. I like waking up the extra half an hour. Get ready in 3 seconds. It's nice. I like stealing coffee from Jitters. Well, he leaves money, but that's still kind of like, you gotta wait in line, bro. We're in a society. We're not apes.
Well, what if he called it in ahead of time to have it ready?
There we go. Probably tripping out the barista every day. You know, like, where'd that drink go?
You did write the Flash on it. I wrote the flush.
Jitters, the home of the Flash's favorite coffee.
So there's Dante.
Yeah, but he sees the wrong version of Dante. He sees Earth 2 version of Dante, and he gets all worried about his brother. I like how they kind of have a moment this episode where they're like, let's change things. Like, let's actually be close.
Because in the comics, it wasn't Dante who was the evil one. It was Armando who was evil.
You know what? They mentioned something else in this episode no one brought up. It's later, though, but when they said the particle accelerator exploded on Earth 2, it was contained. But on this planet, it wasn't. And there's been a lot of like metahumans who have just been in hiding because the Flash was around.
Yeah.
So I think they're opening up the door to say, okay, this would be the explanation on why later there's a Mirror Master or lots of other metas that we just were like, what in the world? Like, why they? Because we've all been bringing this up. Like, why are these metas hiding for like 2 years and then coming out of the woodwork? You know?
Yeah.
And this is why. I kind of get it too. I would just fight crime. I'd just be like, I'm joining the Flash's team somehow. Like, he's got it figured out.
Real quick, we talked over this. Barry says, "Oh, I haven't told." Barry is like, "Oh yeah, Henry's gonna be staying for good now." And Iris is like, "Oh, have you told Dad yet?" And he's like, "No, I'm gonna go by there and tell him now." And she's like, "Oh, let me call him." Just like, you're gonna call him and tell him? I was gonna go tell him right now.
They don't ever tell him in this episode.
No.
There's no moment where it's like a lost scene or something.
They couldn't find him.
Joe, I know Zoom's like attacking the police station, and you're all kind of worried, but my dad's gonna stay and live here for a while. Like,
he's gonna crash at our house.
Is that cool?
No.
He'll stay at Jitters. So hello, old friend.
Because he was meaning Wally. I'm pretty positive, right? Because they had that time together. They were hanging out.
reunited and it feels so good.
Now we're not sued. Let's stop.
Yeah. I wrote that song. Just so y'all know.
Shut up, dude.
I wrote, owned, and produced it.
Everything you're saying will get us sued.
Not if I mean it, and I do.
Okay, so Captain. I hate you. Captain Singh is in this episode, which is cool. He's one of the few cops who doesn't die in this episode.
Hope I just got a text message, Phil, for being sued.
Oh man!
Already, we haven't even posted it yet.
I'm just gonna cut out that little bit.
That'd be funny.
Just have a warning there. Time Warner, please do not sue us.
It's a Time Warmer production. Oh no, there's this video. I gotta show you this, but it's called it was the #1 video on Reddit, and it was Space Jam 2, and this one person made a 5-minute video of Space Jam 2, and it's just ridiculous. And when he opens it up, it's hecka lazily drawn the Time Warner thing, and it says a Time Warmer warmer production. It's bad. It's terrible. But I will show you this after this podcast.
Okay.
He calls him Bug Bunny the whole time. Oh, Bug Bunny! We're gonna toss around the pigskin, and he grabs a basketball, and he's like, "Let's go fight the monsters!" And it's so bad. It's so cheesy. It's great though.
So, Zoom took over the whole police.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah. By the way,
the police station is now his base on Earth 2, and the police station is now his base on Earth 2, and yeah, he now owns the police.
And Wells was worried because he said on my Earth, he killed all the cops. That's what he did to first take over power, and it makes sense. Yeah, dude, attack the one.
Yeah, everything Wells says is yeah, that happened. Oh, that happened. Oh, that kept happening. Maybe we should listen to Wells finally.
I feel kind of bad for
everyone's
Caitlyn.
Dead now.
They don't bring this up, but has Caitlyn been able to use the restroom in 2 days? She was trapped. Sure. She was trapped in this one thing, and then she basically got Killer Frost down, and he probably was on good terms with her after that. Then now she's been handcuffed to that thing the whole episode.
I mean, Zoom likes her, so.
You cannot use the potty. He does it in the Zoom voice too. And she makes a good point. Why do you change your voice? And he's like, because he thinks he's a monster. He legit believes that he's a monster inside.
Yeah, and he's cool with that.
Yeah, by the end of this episode, he almost gets rid of the part of him that's human and starts to say, just be Zoom.
Yeah, because she's like, Jay, stop. And the thing is guys, stop. It's not Jay Garrick. His name is Hunter Zolomon. Stop calling him Jay.
It's kind of like in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where they keep calling her Sky for a little while, but her name's Daisy.
It's Daisy or Quake. But
so she finds a phone. Pretty useful. Pretty lucky. But Zoom made him leave so fast, it makes sense that somebody maybe leave their bag with stuff in it.
Oh, so we get to see Dante. There she is.
Yeah. What a jerk. Seriously.
Sue refused to dress like a grown-up. 1 grape soda. Just everything he said in those 3 sentences were awful.
I'd be like, I want your strongest, smelliest drink, and then I'd throw it in his face.
Yeah, I do that too.
Then I'd throw a lit match at his face and watch him burn.
I wouldn't do that. It depends. Is he Team Cap?
He's Team Firestorm. Throw a match. That'd be so cruel. It covers someone with a super combustible drink and just throw a match at them. What? You scared of fire, bro? And just keep flicking matches as they're lighting. You get the wood ones and hold on the box and you flick them, they'll light. I did that when we went camping one time. It was fun. We played Firefight.
Oh my god. I don't even know what that means, but I figure it's bad.
It's exactly how it sounds.
Oh god.
Legit shooting matches at each other as they lit in midair. Because you get the box, and then you hold the match on the rough spot, and it's a wood match. And then you flick the match, and when you flick it, it creates a friction. It lights it as it flies at you. Oh my god. It's called Firefight.
That sounds terrible. So, they want to keep Jesse and Wally safe because they're the kids of the show, and they're like, we're going to keep you safe. We're going to lock you in the Braille room.
The only 2 that's been kidnapped, 2 of the series.
Yeah.
Besides Caitlyn now.
I didn't even think about that they're the ones that were kidnapped. I just thought they're the kids.
They're just like, hey, you fool us once, Zoom. It's like, shame on you,
Where
man.
are we supposed to go to the bathroom? And it's like, you go to the same place that the people went to the bathroom who were locked in the particle accelerator.
See that hole?
You don't.
See that bucket over there? Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, gross. It's already been used, but we just came in here.
Sorry, this room hasn't been used in like months. That's even worse.
That's earbuds. Why would he do this? What did he eat? Oh, God. So we get Henry here, just coming in, chiming in, saying, hey, this doesn't look safe. I think Barry might die. And then Joe's like, you know what? It's Barry's choice. But did you hear me? I think Barry's going to die. Well, it's Barry's choice.
Barry needs to decide this.
And then we get Wells over here. No, he should do this because I'm a genius and
I'm a straight up G with a capital G.
Yeah, I'm a genius and this is going to give him his speed back for sure. Like 100%. I'm very confident.
I got this, guys.
I'm going to inject him with heck of poisonous chemicals and strike this kid with lightning.
And we're going to release dark matter all over him.
It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be like, it's going to be our new thing we do on Friday nights.
The way you're describing it really does sound like a way that like Rick would describe this. He's like, we're gonna do this. It's gonna work, guys.
I get a lot of my podcasting inspiration from Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, guys.
That's his last name.
Yeah, Sanchez.
I didn't know. I don't watch the show.
What's funny is no one there seems Hispanic, so it's like that's a Hispanic last name.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at the Cisco Chronicles?
Yeah, we'll check that out later or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't seen those yet. I've been waiting for all of them to finish.
Yeah,
I was gonna watch
it's
them
going
all.
to be done on May 10th. This is the last one, so we don't really need to check them out now then. But I'm thinking that we do a special for them.
So, we get Cisco and his brother still at the bar. Cisco kind of just realizes, okay, you know what? There's nothing wrong with my brother. He's just a jerk.
Yeah, if Ameta's going to kill him, let him.
I like how Cisco was going to leave like him the tab, like.
Yeah.
But then he's like, and he gets mad when he gets like caught up and has to pay. But it's true, you invite someone else to a bar and, out of the way. They don't like you even. On top of that, you pay for their drink.
You're a terrible person.
You should have got grape soda, bro. It would have been cheaper.
They're just like, Zoom takes over the police, and they're like, oh, we gotta go. He's like, I need a lift. You don't have a car?
Yeah, what's up with him? Does he not, like, have a job anymore?
He's useless. He never had a job. He just plays the piano. Yet he's the favorite son.
I play piano good. Well, I've got a, like, master's degree in engineering and science and all this. Like,
they still like you more.
Yeah.
Like, so we got this really awesome dude. Like,
I like his, like, weapon. That's cool.
Yeah. I like the weapon, too. It's awesome.
What are his powers?
Kinetic scythe is what it is.
So he hits something with the scythe and does, like, way more impact than it should?
No, he can create kinetic blasts from it, essentially, but it also works like a normal scythe.
Oh, but he doesn't have powers. It's just the item.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what they talk about in the show. You killed my brother. Now I will kill you. It's just like, you're Princess Bride to me right now. Inigo, you got the wrong person.
I'm surprised he didn't quickly. I wish Cisco would have just said, no, Zoom killed him. Like, really quickly. Like, dude,
he's really caught up in the moment. And Dante's freaking out. He's like, what is happening right now? Why does he look like me? Get in the van.
Dante, it is you. What? You drank too much, Dante. You got to get in this car. We got to go.
I think the best way to handle this whole thing.
Yeah, Dante, you're just really drunk right now. You're seeing yourself with a scythe. I'm seeing a dog. I haven't drinking, Dante. We're getting in the car. We're taking you home. Just keep backing up, Cisco. Don't stop there.
Yeah, just run that guy over.
End it.
I still love it because I wish that they did it more often, where like they hit like the doppelganger and they look at the other one. You okay? Why wouldn't I be? I don't know. Just making sure.
Are you okay?
Like making sure it doesn't affect you.
Cisco's like having like a big headache.
Rupture is here. What are we gonna do?
Why do the Ramon brothers always have to die?
There's no Ramones left on Earth too.
Yeah, they both got killed by Zoom.
Yeah.
Both of them in the exact same way.
Hand to the chest.
Yep.
Murder.
I do the same thing, except it's not as clean.
Wait, what?
Hand through the chest. That's how I murdered people, Phil. It's just really brutal because I can't face through them. I just make sure my fist goes through them.
I'm scared.
I'm working on grabbing the heart.
Have you ever seen the show Once Upon a Time?
No.
Like, that's what they do, like, every episode.
They rip someone's heart out?
Every episode. Like, Kalima.
Kalima! I will yell that when I do it.
They just, like, reach their hand into the chest and pull out the heart, and they're just like, ah!
Bro, I need that. It hurts. Ow, it kind of hurts. Ah!
But they don't die, because, like, the heart isn't, like, the main source of their energy. It's weird. Like, the heart, as long as the heart is still beating, like, the heart's still okay on the outside, they're good.
Guys, out there, everyone out there, that isn't how human anatomy actually works. If your heart leaves your body, you will not live long enough to worry about it. You'll worry about you'll be in shock and then just instantly die.
You'll get really cold.
You'll be like, oh man, that kind of feels bad, and then you're gone.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Kids, don't be ripping people's hearts out there with your bare fist. Use gloves like a professional.
I was about to say, it wouldn't be an episode if Anthony didn't give the worst advice ever.
It's good advice.
Hashtag Anthony advice.
Yeah, Anthony advice is priceless. I do my best out there. I'm going to be a teacher one day.
So we're having a really not important scene where...
Oh, yeah, Iris is like, almost confessing
I love you.
Love. Yeah, so they both talk about, oh, yeah, you know, Patty left, and she's like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to get to it here. Barry, you always had someone to come home to. Me. So
Ever since 4th grade.
So she's basically saying, you know, Barry, you know, you've always came home not because of anybody else, it's because I was here. She's kind of putting herself on a pedestal there.
She's like, I'm the greatest person ever. You're welcome.
What well said about us in the future, being married and on Earth too. I can't help but wondering if, and here's the closest thing, maybe we're meant to be together. But she doesn't tell Barry that she wants to be together. This is information they've already had. They're just bringing it up. So, and then Barry's looking awkward, like he thinks something's about to go down. Well, I told you how I felt last year.
I wasn't available. I was dating Eddie.
She says I wasn't available in that way, too. But I am now. So she's saying, hey, I'm single and I'm willing, but Barry doesn't make any sort of move.
She's like, Barry, I'm single. Let's mingle.
It doesn't. And then they go into this thing where she's trying to say, you know, I'm not saying this because you're the Flash. I'm saying this because you're Barry. And then it kind of ends right there. You know, they don't really go and...
Because, like, something happens here in a second.
See, right here, I thought they were going to kiss. And then it was just, okay, they're a couple, you know?
I think that she was hoping for a kiss, but he's just like, I got a lot of stuff going on right now, and now you're bringing this on me? It's kind of like the worst time to do this to me.
Yeah, we should go see if Jesse and Wally need anything. She kind of ends it. She feels awkward.
She's like, yeah, I just made this, like, totally worse.
Yeah, she didn't confess her love to him. She just said that I'm kind of interested. And I'm currently single. And
I don't fully hate you, Barry. Like, that's kind of what she could have said.
But putting Barry in a really awkward position because he's already told her how he feels. He's supposed to say it again.
Yeah.
You know, because Iris, you didn't really flat out just tell him that, you know, I want to get together with you. You just hinted at it.
So she somehow finds a phone in her evidence box. Like, because all evidence boxes have a phone.
She lucked out on that one.
Maybe she was looking for, like, a lockpick.
Anything, you know?
Yeah. He got away, but I'll find him.
And Zoom just changes. This is where they bring up the fact that Zoom always changes his voice.
Yeah.
It makes his eyes go all dark when he does it.
Yeah.
Why do your eyes do that? Every time I get this deep, my eyes bloodshot. But then my hyper accelerated healing heals them when I lower it again. When I higher it again. Yeah. What if he lowered his voice? Then all his blood vessels just put and his eyes turn that solid black like color, and then he changes it back to normal, and then his healing just heals his eyes really quick.
So I forgot. Did they already talk about how he changes his voice or no?
I see here. Right here. This is what we're talking about. So everyone will be afraid of you. And then he's thinking back about how he was electroshock therapy back in the day. As you once said, I'm nothing but a monster.
And he changes his eyes again.
Yep. Every time he does the voice, his eyes change.
Yeah. Like, he has to get into character.
Like, this is like the first hint that he's transitioning more into Zoom than he is Hunter Zolomon.
Well, I want to say something real quick also about his voice. Is if he went around as just Zoom using his normal voice, Would you take it seriously? Like, his voice doesn't seem
I
menacing.
would consider him human.
Yeah.
Now, my first name would be he's human guy in a costume. But when he does a voice like that, I consider him like not completely human.
Yeah.
You know, like a monster.
Yeah, it's more like, it's like, hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
What if he had a voice like Eddie?
Hey, Barry. Barry, let's talk.
I'm gonna kill you. And your family.
And everyone you love.
Yeah.
Say goodbye to Cisco.
He does a voice. What?
I'm gonna kill them all.
It'd be funny if he wasn't even like legible. Like not legible. You couldn't even understand him at all. If he does the voice. What the world did you just say?
Use your normal voice. I want tacos.
Oh well, me too.
Okay, cool. Let's go get tacos. No wonder you're always angry.
We'll go get them in a flash.
I'm gonna kill you now.
The only problem with super speed is you can't eat as you run because your food just shatters into the speed force.
You just keep feeding the Speed Force god. Joe's over here eating the taco.
You see Barry running with tacos and Zune's behind him just eating the tacos like that, flying like everywhere.
Yum! You fail and I win.
You know, thinking about it in the Supergirl episode, how did he run with ice cream in his hand?
It melted. It would have melted.
He would just flew off the cone like.
Because he's getting better at it.
He puts his aurora around it, like you know. So it's like, oh, keep the cone safe.
So they have to keep Dante safe here now because there's a metahuman trying to kill him. What's this note? It's addressed to me.
So for all of you who took a minute, like I did when I saw that, this is the note that he handed to Caitlin right before he went to the portal. And he said, if I don't come back, please give this to my family. And he came back, so obviously she didn't give it to the family.
No, she gave it back to Cisco, and Cisco just put it on his desk.
For like a week or two.
It's been like 5 weeks,
yeah, he's just left it there forever. He doesn't clean up after himself.
No, it's not even 5 weeks. That happened in December.
Yeah, he just left it on his desk. He just didn't care. My family never visits me at work. Last thing he expected was to bring Dante to his work, I guess. So, right here is the kind of big reveal to Cisco's brother.
I got powers, home dog.
I see visions. What's your power? I can melt your mind. I would mess with him. I would tell him I had some like crazy power, and then be like, "Nah, I'm just kidding," and then tell him my real power.
And you're like, "That's a pathetic power. You can see the future. You can't like shoot plasma bolts from your eyes.
I can melt my ears." It's like, what? But only my ears.
I feel you've said this joke before. I really feel.
I can melt your ears.
I really feel you've made that joke.
What? I have powers too, Cisco. Whenever I look at you, I see a girl.
That's why I'm so mean. Like a 14-year-old girl.
I really think you're a girl, Cisco. I'd be like, oh, dang. Mija. And he just punches him. Vibe blasts him.
Boom. No, he doesn't, like, here's the thing that we haven't talked about in this show, is Vibe could be super more powerful in this show. He could go up to metahumans and open a portal on them into another Earth.
Yeah, to rip them to pieces.
Yeah, and say, oh, here's your new place. And they're just gone. And he's just like, okay, Barry, who's next? And they're like, Captain Cold. He's like, nah.
So there's a lot of things they could do. Like, for instance, Barry's so fast, he could run up and he could just handcuff people's ears, like, basically, like, clap their ears.
Yeah.
And then they would just pass out. Like,
yeah.
They would be like, it'd be pretty funny, too, because they'd be walking all weird and just, like, they would just eat it on the ground because, you know, they would mess with their equilibrium.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I said that correctly. Yeah. I was like, I worked hard to say that word.
High five, man.
I'm not saying it again, guys. I'm ruining a good
word?
thing, you know.
This friendship.
So
Rupture has broken into jitters. And they're like, oh, we need to figure this out.
I come for your cheap coffee. At Jitters.
How does he not notice that he's phasing in and out?
I don't know. He's like, dude, I've seen so many crazy things. That's like nothing. I would just assume it's him fidgeting.
Yeah.
You know, like, I would and look at the inside. By the way, I want to point that out. Somehow Cisco got this to work.
Yeah,
inside.
he already said that they set up the cameras in there.
Oh, all right. They're really loose with this whole hologram thing, though. Normally they go into a lot of detail on what's going on.
I love that because he pretends to get hit.
And then he gets tased. That sucks. Mace him.
Mace him in the eyes, too.
I would hecka mace the dude. I'd be like, I don't even know what he can do. Like, he just came in here with, like, some sort of future scythe. Like,
yes, yeah.
metahumans are real. I'm gonna mace this dude. I'm gonna make sure he can't do anything.
They're like, why did you have to bring the camera here? Now he knows.
I know, for real. It's just the press being the press, you know. Ruining police investigations. I'm all for freedom of the press, but sometimes, you know, they do kind of ruin investigations.
Yeah, Hunter's just like, how did you know? How did they know? And he's like, oh, you are smart.
You clearly found a cell phone.
Dang, you betrayed me. And she's like, I've been doing that. You know that.
Caitlin, I'm going to ask you a very important question. Does that phone have Plants vs. Zombies?
If so, you're going to need it.
He never takes the phone back, by the way.
Yeah. So now she just has it. This is so brutal. Like, in all the stuff that's happened in Flash in the past, this is the most brutal thing that's ever been aired on here.
It's just death. Like, it killed a heck of people.
Murdered, like, 10 people right in a row.
Well, it's pretty impressive, too.
Yeah, I know. I know you just yelled at me out there about that. I know Reverse Flash did that in Season 1. But he did it in super speed that you didn't even see it. But here, it actually shows him snapping everybody's neck.
The cameraman, the police officers. The only people that he didn't kill were Joe, Barry,
and Singh.
Yeah, and he does kill Singh, you know.
He doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't kill Singh?
No.
I thought they killed him.
No, they got to keep Singh alive because he's a main character. It's kind of like when he entered into Jitters, it's like, okay, anybody who doesn't have a name, you're all dead.
When I saw that originally, he throws Singh and then kills Rupture. For a minute, I thought that was Singh when he went like that. But, yep, chest through the heart.
It just goes like, I hate watching this.
How come Zoom kills everybody that looks like me and my brother?
With a hand through the heart.
Seriously, Zoom, just kill Barry. Like, I'm all for Barry, like, being alive and all that, but if I were in Zoom's place, I'd be like, no, I'm going to kill Barry right now. Like, he's already causing me trouble.
Nanosecond, neck snap.
This is he's like the only
Done,
reason.
Okay, finally.
He's like, the only reason I don't kill you is because of my affection for Caitlin. It's like, dude, then put down the camera and then kill him. Like, come on, you know, like, he's the only speedster. The only speedster on this planet.
No one can stop you now.
Yeah, just kill Barry. Like, end it. You got a Speedforce. Why do you need him? You just like watching him, like, feel bad?
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
suffer.
You look at him. He looks like he's feeling really bad. Now end him. End him on a bad note, you know?
Yeah.
Zoom, you're a lazy villain. Like, straight up, like, I'd be such a better villain. No mercy. Especially after killing, like, 9 people.
What's another one?
Yeah, well, seriously,
though. You knew none of them. This guy's been a trouble for you for a while.
He's fought you. He's trying to free people.
It's not like you need him alive to steal his speed anymore. You already got it.
You're good, you know. He's smart too. He's resourceful. Like, he could really do something to you.
Is Zoom that crazy that his whole thought is, if I don't kill him, Caitlin might love me?
And why doesn't Zoom ever go into Star Labs? Like, he can easily do it. He does it this episode. He does it this episode too. He's like, oh, they're gonna recreate the Flash, and he just runs like.
That's because they have a revolving door for their security.
Future Star Labs, it's just, there's no doors. It's like, this will keep everyone out. Then Barry just phases through. He's the only one that can get in.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody out there. All my Hispanic brethren. Yeah. And yesterday was May 4th, National Star Wars Day.
I watched all the movies.
Yeah, May the 4th be with you.
My mom actually got me the Blu-ray for Force Awakens. I got to check out all the special features on that.
Nice.
During the table read, they didn't usually as you know, the director usually reads the script for table read. JJ didn't read it. Mark did.
Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he had no lines in the movie, so they're like, "Here, just read everything else." He's like, "Okay."
That's great.
I got to watch some of it. It was really cool. Like, you could feel the energy in that room. Like,
so, really everyone out there, if you want to watch The Force Awakens, Phil clearly recommends buying the DVD release because
the Blu-ray release.
The Blu-ray release because you get all these special features.
Oh, it's so cool.
Does it come with a regular DVD too?
Yeah.
So even if you get the Blu-ray one, you could also get a regular DVD if you don't have a Blu-ray player.
I still got to watch the movie with commentary. I really want to. I'm one of the few people that
it'd be funny if it was like the worst commentary ever. Like, it was people not even remotely involved with Star Wars.
I know, we were gonna do it yesterday, but then you had to work.
It's like, they troll even more. It's William Shatner, like, and it's
He's
just
like, you could be watching Star Trek right now, guys.
and that's the whole commentary. It's just him saying how Star Trek did it better. Bigger troll. You watch Star Trek because of it, and then you watch the commentary, and then it's Mark Hamill talking about how this sucks and you should watch.
William Shatner?
Yeah, I would listen to both of them. That'd be great.
Like, it starts out with
Yeah, you should listen to Shatner.
Stop it.
All right, guys, you're in for one now. And it's not even a commentary about the movie. It's just him talking smack on Shatner, like, because he talks smack on Star Wars. The very end.
Does he ever use a Joker voice at all during the commentary?
No.
Oh, then I'm not buying it.
Because it's not Killing Joke. All right, so we're talking over this, but the scene and
Barry's like, let's do it.
And sum up. Yeah, let's get my speed back because I didn't like seeing all those cops die in front of me. I could have prevented it if I had my speed.
Yeah.
And
that one cop had a kid. A few of them might have had a kid, but I knew that one.
That one had a kid. That one had a dog. Yeah. Well,
I feel bad for that dog. Now he's not gonna get fed.
That one I didn't know, but he didn't deserve to die.
Did he? He might have been a corrupt cop from Gotham.
That guy stole my lunch. I was gonna kill him. Zoom didn't. My bagels. Don't touch my bagels.
Okay, we can do this now.
All right. So Barry's like, all right, I'm in my suit.
Is it time to talk about the Adam West Charlie Sheen show again?
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there was one more detail I wanted to add to that, guys. In this show, he'd be solving like special victim unit crimes, like the most brutal, like R-rated crimes possible. But that's all I wanted to add to that thing. You guys all know the story. I'm not getting into it anymore.
So Ramon has a wand, and they're like, "Oh, the one for Mark Martin." And he's like, "No, the one for you built for the Harry Potter convention." So it's like, "How do you know about the Harry Potter convention? Get on the roof."
Yeah, they have a lot of Harry Potter moments in this last bit of the show.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, Cisco had the best Harry Potter line of the whole. Like they bring up Harry Potter a lot, but he had the best one in this episode.
My friend Danielle, she's a Harry Potter fan, like a huge Harry Potter fan, and she was texting me while watching this episode. She was like, "Harry Potter!" Just like started freaking out. He's like, "Oh, I've never been on the roof before." So looks like an entire green screen.
Barry's not in like the little contraption yet to give him his speed back, but when he does, it's like
very painful.
Yeah, right when it like attaches to his arms, I'd be like, "All right, I'm kind of tripping.
This is a bad idea, guys."
There has to be like needles in it too that go into his arm.
Yeah, kind of like Captain America.
Yeah, exactly like how Captain America, actually. So
and Weapon X.
Yeah, Weapon X. That was a joke.
What?
I didn't like Weapon X.
You don't like Wolverine?
No, wasn't Weapon X the bad Deadpool, the one with the mouth sewn shut?
No, that was Weapon 11.
That was Weapon 11?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. I like Wolverine. I was thinking that was Weapon X.
No, Wolverine had his powers that same way, essentially. He had bone claws, and they were injected with adamantium.
That's it, yeah. That took me, man. I was like, I totally thought you were like saying, yeah, Weapon X, like you know,
get
like
your
the
stuff together,
the
man.
bad Deadpool was good. And I'm like, no, don't sew his mouth shut. That's the worst thing you could do.
It's Deadpool. He talks.
Yeah, he's the merc with the mouth.
And then you get rid of that. He's just a really bad merc.
Yeah, I'd be kind of tripping if I was Barry. I'd be like, man, this doesn't seem safe. This right now, the position I'm in and how I'm like locked in place, this makes me worry. I'll be like, why is there so much of those two random chemicals?
Yeah, that looks like the stuff that was in my lab.
Like Barry's crying in the scene. I never noticed that right now.
Yeah. See, weak?
Yeah.
Pathetic?
Well, I mean, like, I didn't notice that Barry was crying in this scene at all.
No, that's what Cassie was saying in the email. She's like, "Oh, when Barry started crying, I lost it."
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, I don't remember Barry crying. I don't remember Barry crying in this, but now I see it.
And Cassie's powerful and terrifying.
I hope she's listening. She goes, "You'll learn that soon enough now, Phil."
Oh no, she knows it. I tell her that all the time. Like, she's actually like has all the skills to become a vigilante. Like, she could do it. Like.
All right, so right here, the most important part of their little origin story is they got out of that room.
Yeah, so now they're free to get hit. Beat them.
So they're basically starting up their mini particle accelerator, and Barry gets injected with all these like poisonous chemicals.
He's like, "Oh man,
it stings! It stings! It hurts! Oh god!
It smells like fingerprint formula."
Why are you guys doing this? I didn't agree to any of this.
Where am I?
I'd be yelling a bunch of stuff. I'd be like,
Where's my mom? Oh, Barry, bad news. What?
Barry comforts Iris in this moment. Like, it's like, no, comfort Barry. He looks like he's going to hydrostatic. He's like seizing. Ray Ramon. This is the best thing.
Say it? Expecto Patronum. And his Patronus is a lightning bolt.
That's cool.
It's better than a deer.
So right here, Zoom totally goes, they're trying to make another Flash. No! He really believes they could, though.
Yeah. See how red his suit is? That's how red I want it in the show.
So boom. The particles collide. Speed Force energy rushes through Barry. But you know what? It might be too much Speed Force energy.
He's like, yeah!
Because this happens.
I'm dying!
But you kind of see that cloud.
Wells' face is like,
look at the Speed Force cloud.
Bad decision.
It's all together one mass, which makes you think it's Barry trying to run out of the room, and he happens to run through these two.
Just smacks him down and disintegrates. It just disappears. It's the Firestorm Matrix. Well, they're gonna fuse together and become a speedster.
What I'm thinking is, they might have absorbed that excess Speed Force energy. Like he was looking for a conduit, like something to go into, and it was those two.
But what if it went into them and like they had to like Firestorm combine to become a speedster?
That'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
I don't know if they could. I don't know. I don't like the idea that the Firestorm how it has to be two people, just because it's so they don't because of that they don't use Firestorm enough. Like, there's many situations where I'm like, dude, use Firestorm, and they don't because it's two people. They both have to agree on it.
Like, no, I don't want to do it. Well, stop being a little punk.
A lot of times look at this. I like Zoom here. He just kind of like, dang. You thought you could give the Flash back his speed? It's like he's almost laughing. Like, geez, this was pretty funny. Like, well done.
Wow,
like he makes a joke.
Failed.
You killed him instead.
It's like, terrible.
He straight makes a joke about it, you know. And then he leaves. He's like, yeah, they already had a bad enough day. When Zoom decides that you've already had a bad enough day and leaves you alone, that's a pretty bad day. So Iris is crying. She's like, oh man, I should have like actually told him I loved him instead of hinted at it and confused him like I like to do. Joe's all sad because he's lost his son. Cisco lost his friend. Wells is just astonished that he was wrong. And
he's like everybody's heartbroken that Barry's dead, and Wells' only thought is, I was wrong?
And Henry's utterly destroyed in that scene. He lost his son right there.
Yeah, he lost his wife a long time ago, and now he's lost his son. Yeah, that's not a good day for the guy.
That's the end of the episode, guys. We know next week that Barry isn't really gone and that he went somewhere else. Whether he became one with the Speed Force or he just journeyed to another dimension or
he literally is dead and this is purgatory.
Or he's in some sort of pocket dimension in between,
This is the island from Lost.
Because I think they've done this in other shows. I cannot for the life of me remember this.
It was the premise of Lost.
Well, no, not the purgatory type deal, but where you're in a dimension right beside the real one and you're almost like a ghost.
Yeah, it's a pocket dimension.
Yeah, and you could see what's going on, but you can't really interact. And if you try, you're almost like a breeze or some voice in the wind. So...
Isn't that Dead Man's Power?
Something like that, yeah. Well, he's a ghost. So he's actually in that plane. He's just invisible. But these people are in like a dimension, like a pocket dimension right next to it. I think they've done it in Doctor Who.
Rose.
Oh, yeah, it's Rose. Yeah, she's in that. And you see her kind of come in and out once in a while. And then they do it another time when he's inside. Now, this is one of those random episodes where he's like inside like this almost like mansion type deal. I think it's Tenem.
Yeah.
But, yeah, whatever. It could be that. But honestly, it's probably he went to the Speed Force and that's where it is. And some sort of purgatory type deal. And Joe's there giving you advice. But, yeah, that's the end of this episode. Next week, there's going to be the Runaway Dinosaur.
That's just the title of it. I don't know what that...
I hope there's a dinosaur.
I hope so, too.
And
I know that Jason Mewes is going to be in the episode, and that's cool.
I really think Wally's going to come out and be a speedster in the next episode. And I like your idea of Jesse being in a coma, so that way it gives Wally that like head start to being...
Well, what if they both get thrown into the coma?
That could happen,
because
too.
Last person who got hit with the particle accelerator and all the chemicals and the lightning, they were in a coma for 9 months. And I think 9 months away or so would be about the season's... like the next season begin.
I'm thinking though, On top of that, Barry, when he went into a coma, 1, he was exposed to a lot of chemicals, and 2, he was struck by lightning. Neither of these things happened to these two.
No.
Like pure Speed Force energy just ran through them. So they could easily just not go into a coma.
Yeah.
Because they weren't traumatically hit. They were just hit with the Speed Force energy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think also, like, when the particle accelerator blew up and then created a firestorm, like, immediately after that firestorm existed, they were fused together.
Yeah.
And they weren't in some sort of coma. They just decided, the smartest guy in the world decided just to be homeless, live under a bridge.
Yeah, that's his thought process.
I can't live with my wife, but I can't be happy either.
And eat terrible food and eat garbage. And...
Yeah, so, I mean, is there anything else you want to add to this episode before we wrap this up, Phil?
Civil War.
Just go watch it?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. All right, guys, we're going to end this, and we're going to start getting ready to go to Civil War. And
should I post the episode before?
Yeah, we're going to post the episode. Yeah, we'll definitely post it.
To join the discussion with everybody, go to facebook.com/groups/Speedforce Podcast. You can also have your thoughts, theories, and conspiracies read on the podcast by sending your emails to speedforcepodcast@gmail.com.
Also, join the West Coast airing of The Flash for live tweet with using the hashtag MTSBWY. May the Speed Force be with you for on the second Easter eggs and jokes.
For us here at Speed Force, I'm Phil.
And I'm Anthony. Ride the lightning, speedsters.
To experiment that night before lightning flashed around me and time changed speed. Now I gotta try to be so patient until calamity will strike. Because when things change in an instant, it's almost fast enough for me. And I'll be there before you know it. I'll be gone before you see me. Do you think you can imagine anything so lonely? And I know you'd really like me, but I never stick around. Cause time keeps dragging on and on.